Hey everybody, what's up? Today we're going to disassemble the Sunbox EASY. This is a side-by-side vaping mod, and one of its most interesting characteristics is that you can completely disassemble every single piece on this device. So it's very user-friendly in case you get e-liquid inside the mod and you want to clean it up. So let's begin removing first its packaging. Here is the mod. Let's put the box somewhere else. Okay, let's do some inspection first. So if we want to begin disassembling this device, first of all we're gonna remove the top piece here of the battery cap. Just unthread it with your finger and it's out. We're gonna put it over here. And next you need to remove 4 screws which are located on the top and on the back. So let's begin removing the ones of the back first. I'm going to use let me see if it shows it here. Yep, you can see here, this is a CR-V T6 torque screw bit. We need to use that in order to unscrew the screws on the device. As long as you have the correct screw bit, it's not going to be an issue. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, once you remove the second screw on the bottom, be careful because this plate now is loose and it might fall off. So we're just gonna lift it up like so. And we got the back plate off. We're gonna put it right, let's put it right here. Okay. Here you can see the screen. It's with a plastic covery thing. Yeah, if I lift it up, it comes loose like this. We can see the insides here. This is a foam piece. We can remove the foam piece. And we can put it back here so we don't lose it. Okay. And then what we might need, maybe let's move the foam, just we don't have it on the way, let's put it here. So next we need to use a simple screwdriver and unscrew this bit there to lose one of the connections. Be careful with this thing dangling here. It's not that big of an issue dangling a bit, but don't put any force on it because you might cut the cable over here. So just be gentle with it. I'm gonna bring my other screwdriver, this one here, and we're gonna unscrew this piece here as well. Move the screen out of the way, and here we go. Oop, come over here. Okay, so we got that as well. So now that this is loose, now we need to unscrew the 2 pieces on the top over here, and that might be the trickiest part of this disassembly, but thankfully it's only one tricky part. The rest is pretty straightforward as long as you follow the steps. Unscrew this one here and unscrew this one there. I'm gonna remove the magnets. Put my drill bit in there. Nice. Okay, so now what's gonna happen is that it's gonna lift up by itself like so, and here we have the next piece we need to unscrew. So the moment you lift it up, you will see the other post with the black wire, and we're gonna unscrew that as well. Be careful, this one specifically has, if you notice, it has some washers in between the contact and the screw, so make sure you don't lose those. I think my magnet is gonna catch them, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, I'll bring them closer. Yep, there we go, and it picked up the washers as well. Okay, let me put you up there. Come on you. Okay, cool, let's put it there. Alright, now we got that loose as well, I think. Yeah, so here's the tricky part now. So this is the peak insulator that it's on the bottom. You can see like this beige, the gold contact and the beige circle around it. This is the peak insulator that goes all the way to the bell bottom. The funny thing with this is that it's not press fitted or screwed or molded inside the 510. It's just threaded in. So you have to be kind of finicky with it. You need to have a grip on the peak insulator. You need to have a grip on the peak insulator and unscrew the 510 clockwise. So we're gonna just put some screws in it, and if you see, it starts unthreading. So gently hold it like this, and it's out. Super simple. Here's the peak insulator. You see the threading is kind of choppy. Yeah, you don't really want to do this multiple times, I guess, because you might make the threadings on the peak insulator way too loose and it's not gonna have a grip on the 510 anymore. But even then, I guess you can just glue it in, put some glue there, or you can put like a piece of paper around the 510 to make it more firm again. Yeah, anyway, since we got everything out, now it's simply a matter of, you see, everything starts falling apart, but we have to be a little bit careful because we need to remove those buttons here. So we're gonna let gravity make the buttons extrude. You see here the extruding, but if I go up, they go inside. So I try to have them all down so they don't interfere with the sliding mechanic on the plate. And there we are. The whole piece, the chip, the screen and the barrel for the battery, everything comes apart this easily. This is maybe one of my favorite mods because it can do that. So anyway, let's put that over here as well. So now that we got everything out, basically, yeah, there are the buttons. They just fall off. It's not an issue. Here are the buttons as well, so you can take a closer look of this. Yep. Nothing scary, nothing crazy. So we're gonna put those buttons here as well. Make sure they don't go anywhere. And this is basically now an empty body. It's just plastic. So one of the things that you can do, like if liquid gets inside the button area and stuff like that, you see there's like, here there is some e-juice concentrated, but it's not inside the mod. But let's say if you get inside the mod, basically you take the whole thing apart. This is just a plastic piece and you can just put it in the water and just do a scrub. I'm gonna clean this up with a bowl of water I have right next to me. So yeah, I'm basically right now what we're going to do is maybe clean the barrel here, because sometimes the e-juice can get on the sides of here. So we're gonna clean this up. We're gonna clean the inside of it gently with not anything crazy. Most of the PCB here and stuff, we're gonna leave it as it is. If you pay attention, you can also remove this plastic frame around it, but yeah, you can just remove it like that, but there's no point of doing that. Just leave it like that, because the orientation of this frame is very important. You need to have those two notches on the bottom of the chip. If you don't have them on the bottom of the chip, it's not going to fit on the mod correctly. So leave it like this. And having said that, we're basically going to clean the 510, the battery cap. We're going to clean the bottom of the screen. We're gonna clean the 510, and we're going to clean the body as well. So let's go and do that. Okay, we're back. So I have a bowl with simply water. I have a brush here, so we can do the scrubbing, and also I have like a random soap. I'm just gonna open the soap and add like a small dab on the brush here, like so. And oh, there's a bubble. And we're gonna begin. Let's begin with the back plate. Why not? Here's the back plate, the insides of it as well. This is a pretty nice machining. Like I like the machining of this mod, even though it's a cheap mod. But having said so, like the machining on it is not bad at all. Like you can see scratches on it and stuff. I think I did the scratches, it didn't came from the manufacturer. But still, like the finish for the money it was selling for, it was pretty decent. So let's go ahead and clean it. We're going to continue with the battery cap over here. Next we're gonna do the buttons. Like the buttons are not something crazy, just small scrubbing and we should be okay. Let's say just in case they get some e-liquid around them and stuff, like just some, even with your fingers, just do them like that with the soap, and that should be enough, to be honest. Okay, next we're gonna do the 510. The 510 base. The base of the mod. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, and finally we're going to do the body shell. So let's go do that too. Okay, that's it. Now we're gonna do the battery casing with the chip, but obviously we're not gonna do it with water and soap because we try to avoid as best as we can any water seeping into electronics. So we're gonna show you how we're going to clean this up right now. Okay, so here we are with the battery bottle. So what we're gonna do basically is not anything water like that. We're basically gonna use like a fiber cloth over here, and I use cleaner, like spray cleaner for windows or whatever. It's like, they're not bad, they get the job done, trust me. So let's go do that. So first we're gonna spray the cloth. Nice. I'm gonna grab the barrel and just gently wipe it. Here for the inside, we're basically gonna just do the threading first, because the threading might have like chips of like a metal chipping and stuff. I don't see any, so that means we're doing okay. I'm just gonna shove this thing inside there and just continue the cleaning. Okay, so now maybe I will use like a Q-tip to go to the bottom of the base here, and just maybe there's some like small debris or dust inside there. I'm just gonna take a Q-tip and do some scrubbing to take those as well out. Okay, that's good. So let's bring everything back and let's assemble it back. Yep. Okay, so now that we have everything back, I'm going to assemble. We're going to screw the back first and then the top to make things easier. So let's go ahead and grab the barrel. What you will need to do is, for those two cables, you see that they are together, you need to guide them and feed them through the hole of the chip here. If you see the frame that we talked about earlier, that it's the frame that goes, you will see two tracks here and here. You need to feed those through. The black frame needs to feed through those frames. So we're gonna make everything is correctly assembled here. Okay. First you're gonna begin with the barrel. And now you're gonna make sure the cables go inside. And once the cables are inside, you're gonna take the frame and feed it through the railways. Yeah, before you do that, actually, now that I remember, you need to place the buttons first. So let's go do that first. I'm gonna use a tweezer to grab the buttons like that. The smaller piece is the button, so I'm gonna grab it like so. Just gonna place it in here. Here's one. I'm gonna grab the second one here. Oh, I don't have a good grip on it. There we go. And the bigger button. Oh. Flip it. And let it go through the hole. Okay, nice. So the thing that I showed you earlier, you have to do it with the buttons facing down. If you do it sideways, the buttons might move and they will block the way. So you have to hold it like this, facing down, and do the same thing I showed you earlier. First the barrel and then the black frame on the rails. Once you get the rails, you just push, and there we go. Now everything should be, yeah, I see the button moving still. If you see that there is a give on the cables here, just take your tweezer and just move them a bit. Yeah, like so. And yeah, it's in place. Do you hear? Everything's clicking, so that means it's positioned correctly. So now let's move the battery frame a bit so it sits down as well. Okay, it sits. We're gonna place the screw that we removed here. I'm gonna screw it back. So let's find the screw, and the screw is this one over here. Really suggest you have a screwdriver with magnets, so because this is very finicky, and the last thing you want is for trying to aim for the hole and missing the screw. So a screwdriver with 2 magnets really helps out. One extra thing I'm gonna do actually is that you see it's not like the connection is not completely centered. Just gonna move it like so. You see it moving? I'm gonna tighten it a bit so it has some friction, and I'm gonna go ahead and center it. Yeah, that looks centered enough. Okay, let me tighten this down. Okay, it's in place. Nice. Now we're gonna get the cushion that we saw earlier right here, like that. Gonna place it here. And one extra thing you can do before putting everything back, you can just wipe the screen as well. So I'm gonna get a cloth from earlier. Okay, that's the best we can do. We're gonna take the back plate here, and the retention should be like so. Yep. So the big circle, if you can see here, the almost half circle here goes on the battery casing way. So you take it like this. Try not some. Yep, you see it's in place, sits nice. And now you just put the 2 screws that we unscrewed earlier on it, and the back plate is on. Don't screw it all the way, screw it just lightly, so we can add this other screw as well, and we can evenly screw both of them. Okay, bottom side done. Now we're gonna do the top parts. You can put the battery cap in. Make sure you don't thread multiple times, just do a few spins so you make sure it's in, because I have a feeling that if you keep screwing, the battery cap might go inside the battery. And that's not the thing you want to do. Okay, so let's see. If you remember, this is the tricky part that we said earlier. Now it's not that tricky anymore. You just basically take your mod and just find the threading. You just screw it back in. Make sure you don't cross thread or anything, just go nice and easy. And if you see it moving and screwing, that means that you placed it correctly. Okay, mine looks in place. Yeah, it's in place. Very nice. Now, if you're here, this screw needs to face on the right side so you can meet the connection here. I'm gonna squeeze lightly, and here is the connection. And if you remember, this connection here has the washers. So let's see if my screwdriver with the magnet is gonna keep everything together. I have a feeling it will. Those magnets tighter. Yep. The magic of having magnets on a screwdriver. The washers are together and not falling. Amazing. Okay, so let's just find the hole over here. I'm gonna take the connection here as well. Oop. Trying to line both together like this, and then just take your screwdriver and screw everything in. Okay, that looks nice, it's in place. So now you just gently place it like this. Yep. And now we get the two other screws that we got left. Press it lightly like so. If you see, it needs to be vertically, like so it can meet the holes of the body, of the plastic body on the base. Let's put the first screw in. Okay, now I'm gonna remove the magnets and put the last screw inside the mold. Okay, here we are. Everything's clean, just some fiber thingies, and yeah, that's it. Everything's clean and ready to go, and the screen is better than ever. Okay, so it's ready to go, looks nice, clean. Let's put a battery in it to see if everything we did worked nice and we didn't have any issues with the threadings. So I'm gonna take my battery over here and screw the top cap. Go. Plus side down, like so. And there we go. Let's put an atomizer on it to make sure everything, so that the threading as well is correct. I'm gonna put my atomizer here. I'll close the threadings. And yep, reads the resistance nicely, and you can hear it working just fine. Yep, so I consider that a success. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoy videos like this one, make sure to subscribe. I really enjoy disassembling everything in regards of like products and devices. There's really no limit on what I can disassemble. So if you guys have any suggestion of stuff that you have maybe in your house and you want to see them being disassembled, let me know down in the comments. So that's it for today, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.